Well. Another influencer this week gets utterly exposed. Sam Millsap. I think that every single person has seen this dude trying to tell people how he just coaches coaches and how he's like the one of the good guys. But shocker, um, I know Jace not personally, but I know what he does. He's a growth operator managing all these people's back ends. So he'll find someone with an info product like Sam Millsap, and he'll manage all the DM setters. He'll manage all of the back end to convert the views that this guy gets into customers to where all he has to worry about is fulfilling on the product and on the getting lead gen and traffic. And this guy's in charge of converting it. And so I've had enough for the past 6 months. Sam Millsap has owed my team over $65,000. We've paid our reps that he owed out of pocket, and I really didn't want to do this. But I have 5+ reaching out to me daily. So this is him communicating with Sam, no response, any update, just, of course, someone like Sam not taking accountability for their actions, just constant, all like his team saying, hey, like, if you don't respond, I won't be able to pay rent this month. His entire team not getting anything. And so this is incredibly messed up, obviously. But I know kind of the headspace. And this is, in general, a lot of the problems that a lot of people are going to have right now. Earlier this week, Tai Lopez got caught in a Ponzi scheme. And whether you like the guy, whether you don't, he's innocent until proven guilty. And I'd say the same thing for Sam until he kind of reaches out for these allegations. But what do you think is going to happen when there's a 22-year-old kid or however old this kid is buying Lamborghinis, buying watches, buying all these things, getting the penthouse? You are the product on the other side of the screen. No real business owner wants everyone to know how much money they make. They don't want to be telling people, hey, I just bought this. I just bought this. I just bought that. Why do they do that? Because they are selling the lifestyle, which is getting the dream outcome, getting the cars, getting the penthouse, getting all the nice dinners, getting the watches to a younger audience, because someone sees that as perceived success, and then they say, I have the secrets to that success. You know what the secrets are? Pay me $15,000. And so stuff like this is going to continuously happen, especially when the money starts to dry out, because these people never ran a legitimate business. They got views online, and they figured out a way that, hey, these people are willing to pay me, so let me create a product instead of starting with a product that was good that people wanted and then figured out how to get traffic to that. They started with the other way around. They started with traffic and said, hey, I can monetize this. Let me create a business. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. In fact, that is the entrepreneurial capitalistic spirit. The problem is they didn't have any real value. And so they continuously overpromise and overpromise. And it comes down to, hey, like, your product's not that good. And there's a lot of fundamental issues. So this is Sam saying that, hey, we were supposed to be doing $1 million a month, or even $500,000 a month, but in July, I mean, first off, what percentage of businesses are doing $1 million a month in profit? Because info products are mostly profit, but instead we're just not making nearly any money at all. I went from making at least 170 grand a month to less than 50. And I know everyone wants to blame it on me, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, this is just something that is going to continuously happen. So he said he has a $21,000 wash that he's going to have to sell to try and pay part of the team. Then he kind of just, like, this is where it really gets bad. Obviously, he's not even responding day in, day out, not responding or taking accountability for the mess ups, which I can understand his point of view. There are different types of personalities and different types of people. When adversity hits and something really goes wrong, some people say, okay, let me take that as a challenge and I'm going to overcome it. Some people try and avoid all problems. And my natural instinct when something's going wrong in business or if something happens, I want to bury my head in the sand and say, fuck, and not rise to the occasion. That happens a lot. I mean, especially we are on a mission to scale one of the fastest agencies in the entire world. And I am hyper obsessed with growth. And when I was running my first business in high school, we had something that went wrong and I avoided my issue. We had 10 employees when we were in high school and something really bad happened. And I ended up just not communicating with anyone afterwards. And I just fucking turned my phone off and I didn't want to face my problems. So Sam is a young guy. He's in his young 20s. This is his first big mess up in business probably ever. He didn't really have time to go through it. He hasn't been kicked in the balls enough to realize that business isn't super easy and that shit's going to go wrong. And so I actually see, like, I can understand his point of view. And emotionally, Sam is going through an incredibly challenged time. Look at this. All right, so here's the deal. I tried to sell my STO to the dealership, but the payoff was so high, I couldn't really get anything out of it. So he was trying to sell his car, but the dealership was going to make him pay to give it back to me, or he wasn't going to get anything out of it. I have hundreds of screenshots that he did not fulfill for, and he scanned, let me know, I can make a thread for you. So then all of these people in the comments, of these 22,000 people that viewed this, are saying, hey, I did pay Sam, and I got scammed. I didn't get what I wanted out of it. And I think this guy hits the nail on the head. Typical case of ego plus lifestyle inflation. He was making good money, started spending more, and suddenly wasn't making the same amount every single month, but expenses had shot up. Rather than biting the bullet, swallowing your pride and downsizing, you stop spending money on the very things that got you to where you are. Reputation takes years to build, but destroyed in sad situations. And so, look at, in case you wanted more proof, more and more people that bought his stuff and didn't get what they wanted. But what would you expect when you're paying a 22-year-old has never run a real business to, like, what would you honestly expect? If you're paying a 22-year-old that has no real life experience, that doesn't have a good business, all of this money, I think you paid him 15 grand. This is for full access. He didn't get anything. I mean, it's crazy. It's just, obviously, he was just in way over his head. But the real issue is he's still posting online about how he's buying all these cars, how he makes 400 grand profit, because he gets sucked into promising that lifestyle, and that is your only hope of getting more sales. And so I'm really, like, I would say I'm surprised, but I think more and more of this are going to happen. And when I was, now I'm 23, but when I was, I think 20, I started to get in some circles. Like, I've always, all my clients are super large businesses doing like 8 to 12 figures in yearly revenue. And I've always prioritized my reputation over everything. But I almost got caught up in a wrong crowd. And there's someone who is online, who is pretty big, who wanted my help with things. And I would love to expose them someday, but that is not my personality, to show limelight into someone. But this person was utterly scamming people. And at the time, it was very easy for me to get into that type of lifestyle, but I rejected it and said, this is ethically and from an integrity standpoint, this is not right. I understand that this could make me hundreds of thousands of dollars per month, but it is something that, for my integrity, I do not want to cross that bridge. I know that if I continue with my current business and I continuously grow it, that this will be a much larger opportunity instead of selling the lifestyle. I mean, look at this. Look at the lifestyle. Like, every single picture here is him with a bunch of cars. That is the dream lifestyle. Every single thing here is something that young men are going to aspire to be, like a jacked, shredded dude who has all the cars, who has all the things. And so, I mean, what would you really expect? It's messed up. You also have Tai Lopez potentially in $100 million Ponzi scheme. I think there's going to be a lot of class action lawsuits, especially when money starts to dry up. The economy has 100% slowed down. The average person's 100% feeling that they have less money. And the trust factor with these people online are at an all-time low. I mean, people don't trust anyone selling any product because they've been burned by someone like this before. And I buy info products. I buy a lot. I actually bought one yesterday for $1,000 or something like that, to help get a slight edge for my current business model. And for me, I haven't even logged in yet, but I guarantee you it will be worth the time, because all I really need is one super, super small advantage that will add an extra substantial amount of revenue to the business, or to learn one thing or give it to my team so my team can learn and get better. I mean, that is, like, I completely agree with that, but it's from people that have actually done it and are teaching what they've done, and they use that as an extra kind of cash flow business, because info is great. It is 100% cash flow for the most part if you have a good distribution network. And so I have no problem with that. I'm an out of carry for info for experts. The problem is the non-experts. they are going to be in a lot of trouble that don't have a legitimate product, that aren't providing legitimate value, that are just trying to get the next sale and then not over exceeding the expectations on that product or service. And especially when they make insane claims. And I don't know what claims he makes. I don't know. I don't know what they are at all. But I bet that he is saying some insane things to get people in the door, probably some insane guarantees. And if you are not hitting those and you are guaranteeing that stuff, you could be in a lot of trouble. This happens in every single kind of mania. During the .com bubble, people were pumping into fucking tech stocks. That crashed in 2008. Everyone was pumping into real estate, teaching real estate stuff. That crashed. And these are different manias, but this is, I mean, think about the NFT craze a few years ago. Everyone was dumping into NFTs. A lot of the people that are pumping the stuff and making the most money are the influencers that are, or creators, quote unquote, that are telling people to buy this stuff. And it's the same with these course sellers. I think they're going to be in a lot of legal issues. And so I really don't know the guy. I don't want to speak bad upon someone when you don't know their side of the story. But this, I don't think, is going to be the first person that starts to come out that is having substantial issues, not paying a team, not providing the quality service that everyone was expecting them to. And I think that's going to continuously happen. I almost got sucked up into the lifestyle egotistical inflation where you start to make more money, you start to spend more money, your ego feeds off of spending that type of money. It's really not satisfying or fulfilling at all. It's really the people that you're with. Now we're just trying to build something incredible, and I have a much grander vision. Everyone thinks like, what is the exit potential? I would much rather grow the company and take it public in hopefully a 6-year window. And because the grandiose of the aspiration and the dreams, course selling is not on that list. Where we're trying to take the business and how much we're trying to do, course selling is just not anywhere in there. And so it is a good lifestyle business if you can get traffic and you can provide value. Most people, they will not be providing value. So I got to get to do real work on it.